Hi there, I'm David, your favorite Jati, and what I have with me here is the Haylou Solar LS05 smartwatch. And yes, it has some affiliations with Xiaomi. I don't really understand what that is, but I do know that this watch is actually really good for its price. And this is the unboxing and review. And without taking any more time, let's get to it. So this is what you get when you get the Haylou Solar LS05 smartwatch. The solar actually doesn't mean anything, it's just a fancy name for it. Don't be deceived. When you get the box, you have some information on the back. It's written in both Chinese and English, so if you speak English, that will be helpful. If you speak Chinese, that will be helpful too. So you get this black box. And one thing about the unboxing of this watch is like it was actually really nice, because when you open it up, this is what you get. You get the watch, like this black foam, and then the watch is just like sitting here. Like it looks really, really nice. Taking out the watch, okay, this is the watch. This is how the watch looks. I'll get back to that later, but this is what you get with the watch. Okay, under that, you get the charger and you get a manual. This was sitting on the face of the watch, and this is what you get on the cover. It's the same thing. Okay, that's everything gets in the box. So here is how it charges. This is the charging pin. It's a USB type A to 2 pogo pins, and then these pogo pins go on the back of the watch. It's actually magnetic, so if it's not aligned correctly, it won't exactly work. But then if you align it correctly, it snaps on like that. Incorrect, it doesn't actually work. It doesn't work until it's in the correct alignment. Then it works. Let's put all that aside and let's talk about the watch. This is the Haylou Solar LS05 smartwatch. Let's get into the details. I actually like the appearance. I like the round form factor of this watch. It really looks nice, and it's like kind of subtle. And this metal finish on the side is actually really cool to the touch. And it's a shade of brown. It looks like it's blackish brown. I can't really put my finger on it, but then it's not. It shines, but it's not a glossy finish, and it's really good. It has this like rough texture to it. Like if you listen, you have one ring on the strap which says Haylou on it. That's like an extra finish. It's kind of cool. And then you have one crown at the side, which is to turn on or turn off the watch at any time, or maybe you want to go back in any menu. It takes you back to the home screen, then you can turn it off. The strap feels really sturdy, but I have something to talk about. I wonder why there are holes here on this side, because when you want to put on the watch, the buckle goes in here, not here. Why are there holes in the side of the strap? I don't actually know. Maybe it's a design choice. I don't know, but it doesn't actually prove to be useful. But maybe it might reduce the weight of the watch. Who knows? The watch is also said to be IP68 waterproof, and I'm not testing that. I'm not actually testing that. I don't want to test that. But to me, it looks kind of sturdy. And the straps are easy to take off. You have this pin type strap, and then just pull, and then watch, the strap comes off. And then the other one too, it comes off easily. And this is the watch. Strap, and it's also really easy to put back too. The user interface is actually really polished. It looks good for the price, and the accumulators are actually quite smooth, and gestures are easy to understand. For personalization, you don't get too many watch faces of this watch. You have a few watch faces. There's this one, which is a stock watch face. Then there's this other watch face. Moving on to this one, and then this one, and the last one is this, and that's all. You only have 5 watch faces to choose from, and they're not exactly the best, but that's what you get. And you can just try and make do what you have. It has a 1.28 inches LCD display with a resolution of 240 by 240 pixels, which looks relatively good. But I also noticed that when you're in notifications, it actually shows the icon of the app that you got the notification from. So that's really actually good. Moving on, it's actually quite comfortable to wear. Let me take off my watch first. It's actually quite comfortable to wear. It looks really normal and sleek. It doesn't actually scream out that it's a smartwatch unless you use the raise to wake feature, and then you know it's a smartwatch. Then people will react to the smartwatch. The raise to wake feature doesn't work for me at times for some reason. I don't know why, but that's that. It glitches, it's on and off. I don't know why. Same thing for the Have It watch, which I'll review in the next video. But yeah, that's it. That's how. I don't know why it doesn't work for me. It doesn't really have much health tracking features. It only has a heart rate tracker and a sleep monitor. And also it has a step counter, or as I prefer to call it, a pedometer. The heart rate tracker could be set to monitor your heart every 10 minutes, which is really good if you have a heart condition and you need constant monitoring. I don't think a lot can happen in 10 minutes, so that will be really useful. And you can check again you can check your heart rate over the time in the app, and it gives you a graph. It gives you a nice graph of your heart rate at all times. And now here you can see that the graph is very, very detailed. Like every 10 minutes, it checks your heart rate every 10 minutes. And then if it cannot check your heart rate at that time, it won't exactly measure anything. It will just keep it like, it's just leave that a straight line. And then when you're checking your heart rate, it will show for that time. It will only show for the times that it actually recorded your heart rate. And that's how it works there. And then it also has a sleep monitor, which I found to be quite accurate. It records your sleep, it monitors your sleep and how long you slept for, how long you had deep sleep, light sleep, and then how many minutes you're awake. And then it gives you a sleep quality analysis. It tells you if you sleep too late, and it tells you if it was easy for you to wake up. That's how the sleep monitor works. And the step counter is relatively accurate, which is actually quality. Every hour, it measures how many steps you took in that hour, and then it gives you a bar chart graph like this. And it also has a sedentary reminder, which tells you to stand up after you've been sitting for a while. The watch has a weather app, but I don't actually use that. I don't know how accurate it is, and I don't use it. It has no internet connection, so it can't exactly show what the weather is like, but it uses the app to connect to the internet, and then the app sends the information to the watch, and then that's how you get the weather information from the watch. It also has a music player. You can just push the pause button or play button to play a song. It doesn't actually show you the title of the song playing, it just shows it's connected down here and then the controls, so you might have to guess which song is playing by yourself if you're listening. And it also has this Find My Phone feature, which actually makes your phone vibrate or ring. If your phone is set to ring, then it will ring out, but then if it's set to vibrate, it will just vibrate. I don't think it will be of any good if it's set to silent and then afterwards stop vibrating. It also has a breathing exercise, which helps you with your breathing. And to be honest, I don't see myself using this app. It tells you to please relax. Then after a while, I think it shows breathing in and breathing out. I don't see myself using this. I literally don't see myself using this. But if you need help with your breathing exercises, you can use the watch. It will actually be a bonus to you. And it also displays messages that you've received from apps that you allow it for. Like I mentioned earlier, you can get your notifications. I think it's the last 8 notifications that you've received. It will also show the icon and the app that you got the notification from. There are quite a number of sports modes on this watch, and that's actually really cool. You have jogging, fast walking, biking, climbing, spinning, yoga, indoor running, integrated training like weight training, gymnastics, football, basketball, and rowing. And the football here is actually soccer, not the American football. The app is actually very okay. On the homepage, you have a total number of steps that you've taken, your target, the distance traveled, and then the number of calories that you have burned. And then you have your heart rate recording, the real-time heart rate recording, and then the amount of sleep you got. On the sports page, you have some sports, top 4 sports you participate in. And then there are other settings to add other sports, maybe indoor running, but then you can only add up to 4 sports modes, and that's all. Also, if you are running or doing anything outside that makes you go over a distance, it will show a map, and then it will use GPS tracking to track how much distance that you've taken, and the next page you have the device page, and then it has some settings like heart rate monitoring, call reminder, app reminder, the sanitary reminder, an alarm clock, and then you can only have, I think, up to 3 alarms. It has the wait time to activate the display, and it has the do not disturb, and then some other settings, then a firmware upgrade. And then on the last page, you have your personal page, which would allow you to customize your steps and input your other details. Okay, about the watch, back to the watch. Brightness of the watch is actually okay, it's actually visible outdoors. This watch can last up to 27 days on the full charge, and that could be short if you turn on the real-time heart monitor. And it takes about 2 hours to charge from 0 to 100%. During my time with this watch, I really did not have many issues with it. Just a few glitches here and there. The performance is actually quite nice. Just like a few glitches here and there, but then that's all. If there are a few issues with this watch, the raise wake feature doesn't work for me. And I think that's a general problem for me, because the other smartwatch I use, the raise wake feature doesn't really work for me at times. And sometimes the display is not exactly responsive on a flat surface. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Okay, my overview. I've used this watch for about 2 weeks now. And I got it for 13,000 naira online. and I haven't actually regretted my decision ever since. It's actually really good. 30,000 naira for a smartwatch like this is a bit of a snag, but it's actually kind of good. It's really good. If you have any questions, ask me down in the comments. I'll reply as soon as possible. Like the video before you go. That's it for me. Subscribe to get more content, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.